Welcome back, guys. So tonight on Thanksgiving, we're going to go through the news, the breaking news of the new coronavirus variant that has broken out in Africa. So a lot of us sit back and say, we've had enough of this. We've had enough of the lockdowns. We've had enough of this stuff that's going on with our economy. But I fear that we're not out of the woods in any way, shape, or form. There's been a lot of hints towards the fact that this could possibly be a lot worse than what the last variant, the Delta variant, was. So we all knew what it was like with the previous variants, and when Delta came raging out of India, everything changed. And that's where we're in that type of scenario right now. Depending on how this new variant basically, spreads throughout the world and what it's going to do when it encounters the current variant called the Delta variant. So it's going to be up to that. It's going to be can it replace the Delta variant? That is the main key with this. Is this variant, which is 32 plus mutations in one variant, is it going to be stronger and more dominant than the Delta variant? And if it is, what is the recourse for that? What are we going to? What's our contingency? What is a contingency plan? What is the World Health Organization, local governments, international governments doing right now to stop the spread of a new variant? Tonight, we're going to dig into that and see where we're actually at on the world stage and how this new variant could possibly be a worse encounter with the human population than what the last variant, known as Delta, was. So, let's get into let's just actually do the African, let's see, say COVID. You have big hands. I got those big fingers, COVID, CV. Variant. Here it is. SARS-CoV-2 variant. Beta variant virus is maybe it's going to be called beta. Beta would be probably what it's doing. Anyway, we're having slow computer issues as usual. It's going to be quite the entertainment to see what this computer decides to do because it is frozen. Let's get into this, guys. You guys ready for this? I don't think I'm ready for it either. I don't think I want to deal with a new variant. It does worry me. And it is going to affect everybody if it goes that direction. So let's read CNN. A new COVID variant could show immune evasion and enhanced transmissibility. That was 3 hours ago. 9 hours ago, World Health Organization called special meeting to discuss new COVID variant found in South Africa. This is the Guardian, Australia's border to remain open to South Africans despite emergence of new variant. Why? Why would be the major question on the minds of the global community? Why? So let's get into the Guardian, just 22 minutes ago, see what their reasoning is behind leaving their borders open. Okay. Health Ministers, Hunt says officials were assessing the threat, but had advised that there was no bias for change to border arrangement at this stage. Australia has no plans to restrict flights from South Africa despite the emergence of the new variant. This is how the Delta variant moved. This is how the virus came out of Wuhan, China in 2019. 2020 and moved the rest of the world. It didn't come in through the air. It wasn't airborne, and it doesn't cross international borders. It doesn't fly across the sea. It's people that spread that. International travels, and Australia is not stopping it. We'll get into the UK. Anyway, looks like the COVID-19, which has prompted the UK to shut down its borders to its country. Now, that is the key. That is the key. If we like the lockdowns, We like the mess we're all in. We like the financial destruction that this is doing, that the COVID virus has done. Keep the borders open. Because, I mean, loss of life is, not one life is worth keeping a border open for people to travel from one country to the other for fun or business or anything else. They don't have to be doing that. People have been working from home to avoid spreading the virus, the other variants, but yet places like Australia are leaving their doors wide open. So right now, President Biden needs to shut down all travel from Australia, from any country except any South African or African countries' flights. Well, they need to shut it down. Shut it down. There should be major calls across the world to shut it down now, because you have a window of opportunity. Just like in, if you think of the virus outbreaks in Outbreak, what they were basically trying to do in the very beginning was, you have so much time. You have a little bit of time, a window. I think this came out November some odd 16th or so. They found out about the variant. I think it was that. You can read the stories from 2 days ago. We'll probably get into that in a minute. But you only have so much time to shut this down. It's a no-brainer. If I get or shut off or shut down or whatever, kicked off YouTube for this, those people at YouTube and Facebook, the world has a chance to stop this mutation. It doesn't matter if it turns out to be nothing better, nothing stronger than the Delta, and it doesn't take over the Delta. We have to be in that type of mode. We don't have to be shutting down people that are just living their lives. We need to be shutting down international travel. We need to be doing it now. Yesterday, a week ago, over a week ago. We should have been, as soon as the variant broke out. We're going to have to be treating these outbreaks as the Ebola outbreak. We just don't have a choice. Because you don't lock your citizens down, you lock down international travel, because they don't cross borders unless you cross borders. People are the vehicle that moves the virus from place to place. Just like with the Delta. They kept India open, even though India had the virus. Well, they shut down flights some late. The U.S. shut down flights from India. But you still had Pakistan, you had the surrounding areas that the virus already spread. But yet the U.K. left it open for so long, and that's where the virus got a hold in it, transferred across the world. We don't need another Delta variant. We don't need another variant. This needs to be out in the World Health Organization tomorrow. If by any chance this free press media outlet that has one viewer, you're awesome anyway, by the way, we have one chance. From Free America, the free press, I'm saying this, we have one window of opportunity, and that may have already closed. But we have to pressure these people into doing the right thing. And the right thing is to stop international travel today. No more. You're done traveling until we see because when this moves in, we can't have a case in California and one in New York. Doing the same thing over and over again is insanity. It's literally the definition of insanity. Why would you continue to do this? And the reasoning behind this is you can't, it's endemic. But the problem is when you get a mutation that's a variant that has 30 mutations in it, it's not endemic anymore. It's not like the common flu. We say, okay, it's got 2 mutations, 3 mutations. This thing has 30 mutations. We have to shut the borders down, and we have to do it now. International travel, the Mexican-American border, the Canadian border, just to proactively say, we're going to do this. We're going to stop this from happening again. We cannot allow the Delta to come back again on steroids. Okay? Okay. So UK shut down its borders. As the World Health Organization called an urgent meeting to discuss the new variant detected in South Africa, Australia's Health Minister, Greg Hunt. Good luck, Greg. Thanks for selling all those people that's going to die from the new variant down the river, buddy. Said on Friday that officials were assessing the threat posed by the strain and would not yet introduce restrictions on arrivals from South Africa, while Australia would be able to act quickly if their advice there's advice. If there's advice there, yes, quickly. If there's advice, that's just dumb. Hunt told media the country's chief medical officer, Paul Kelly, had advised him there was no basis for change in border arrangements. That guy right there, if you're Australian, that guy right there needs to be held accountable for what happens when this virus spreads. When it enters your country, if it is what they're saying it could be, then this is being national news. This is the World Health Organization tomorrow is going to talk about this. Let me bring this up. That guy, Paul Kelly, has advised everybody that has to suffer through this. Everybody has to go through the lockdowns, all the financial trouble, and all the loss of life. This guy right there is telling Australia, there's nothing to worry about yet. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If they don't get this, they have no ability to be in government. They should not be in charge. The borders need to be closed, and they need to be closed now. If no one's going to be, the virologist or the crack team for the World Health Organization, maybe we should be as citizens and say, this is stopped. This is Ebola, basically Ebola. We need to treat this like Ebola. When the variants break out, it's done. Once there's a sign of a mutation that is dangerous or has more ability to avoid the human immune system or is more contagious, immediately shut down the area, immediately shut down all international travel for a 500-mile distance. People going to vacation in Australia or people going to vacation in France or coming back to another country doesn't make it right. We're accusing other people of causing death and strife, but yet it is people that are traveling that are moving the virus from point A to point B. They're called the hosts when they breach the border. It's a simple concept. The World Health Organization needs to say directly, do not let anybody from these areas into your country, period. This is not against somebody. This is not saying because you're from another nation. This is called, we have to control a contagion that we don't know where it's going to end up. And you can't afford to lose a human life, okay, over someone's assumption that there's nothing to worry about yet. We just went through 2 years of lockdown. I mean, come on. You stuck the population in their basement, said don't go outside except to buy food. And yet they're leaving the borders wide open. For what? Holiday travel? Are we worried that much about the bottom line of the tourist industry? Because $11 trillion later, I don't think that really matters anymore, does it? Is it really worth the lockdowns? Is it worth the death? Is it worth what's happened? These people need to be stopped. If you're in Australia, you need to stop these people. They need to shut the borders down now. America, Joe Biden needs to stop all flights from Africa and surrounding areas. Anybody that's taken in people from Africa and anybody that came in from Africa needs to be tested. I mean, not once, not twice, but 3 times. They need to have 3 COVID tests to make sure that they're not infected when they get here. And then shut it down. We could lock down 10,000 people and have 2 billion people left alone. It's kind of like, do you sacrifice the few for the many for the good of the people? Yes. You sacrifice them not being able to go travel on holiday. Oh my gosh, we have to do this for business. We got Zoom meetings. Global. They don't need to be coming from South Africa. They don't need to be going to South Africa. They don't need to be going to Africa, period, if you're in Australia. If you're in America, there's absolutely no reason you need to be in Africa. Your holiday, your isn't worth a single life that's going to be lost because you decided to travel over here. We have a new variant. Take control. Bring in the crack teams. Lock it down. Trace down everybody. If the world took a fraction of the money that's been spent, just a fraction out of that pie, and took all that and formed a teams all over the world, as soon as a variant broke out, they were on that, locking that place down. I don't care if it breaks down, if it breaks out here in my neighboring town. I don't want a new variant that's could possibly be worse than the Delta variant moving into my town. I'm sorry, but it's freedom. We don't really want to get it to the next town. It needs to stay in another country and not move into our country. It's just like buying a package from another country. It's manufactured in another country. Why would you send it here if it had a COVID variant in it? Oh, let's open that package up. It's just dumb. Just dumb. Okay, so we went through that. It looks like the emergence of a new strain is by no means a first. Another variant, C12, was also detected in South Africa earlier this year, but has not proven as infectious and more common as Delta. However, B11529 variant has raised concerns in the international community due to the extremely high number of mutations which some researchers fear could help the virus evade the human immune system. Whether or not the strain is classified as a variant of concern by the World Health Organization is emergency has dawned renewal attention. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. But just because one variant doesn't make it to its potential, two variants doesn't make it to its potential. Holiday travel doesn't warrant what we've been through to be lifted. Holiday travel doesn't warrant the death of another human being. It's action and reaction. It's what Darwin's theory. It's going to happen. You have an action, there's going to be an equal or greater reaction. That is the way things are. So if you allow this travel to happen, lock them down till you know. Lock them down and not the rest of the world. Is anybody out there paying attention to this? Is anybody? Their bottom line, $11 trillion later. Okay, 9 hours ago. Let's go to CNN. This is 3 hours ago. Let's see what the bobbleheads of CNN said. It has enhanced transmissibility. Okay, they announced discovery Corona rapid in parts of the country, so it's spreading rapidly in South Africa. Here's your sign. So whatever that happened before, the other variants didn't take off. This one's spreading rapidly. Okay. Initially, it looks like some clusters outbreaks, but yesterday the indication came from our scientists from New York Network of Genomic Surveillance that there were obviously a new variant. Mr. Health Joe, whatever, said, stressing that it is currently unclear where the variant currently dubbed B11529 first emerged. It has so far been detected in South Africa, Botswana, and traveled to Hong Kong and from South Africa. See, we've already got it on the move, guys. We've already got it on the move. Okay, so during the news briefing, genomic scientists said the variant has an unusual high number of mutations, with more than 30 in the key spike protein, the structure the virus uses to get into cells they attack. Okay, so it's spreading very fast, and we expect to see pressure in the health system in the next few days and weeks. He advised public to try to avoid super spreader events. UK bans flights from 6 African countries. There you go. Where is Joe Biden on this? Crickets. This is insane. This is insanity. We don't take chances when it comes to Ebola, because there's the possibility of the population of the world being destroyed because of Ebola. But we're willing to take chances on a variant breaking out in South Africa when they have the information that it has 30 mutations of spike protein. That's how it connects the human cell. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the next one. 11 minutes ago, COVID live update. South Africa identifies new variant travel ban. This is 11 minutes ago. This is happening in real time, guys. Right during Thanksgiving. This is happening in real time. Let's see. So, Britain Yeah. So Britain has still blocked it. We need Joe Biden to say this is done. Okay, so far for the weeks tested before they plan to travel with over 1,200 new infections. It's lower than Germany. New cases derived and wave. However, the density of the mutations of this new variant raises fears that it could be highly contagious, leading scientists to sound the alarm early. The variant did surprise us. Big jump in evolution. More mutations than we expected, especially after the very severe third wave of Delta. Director of the whatever National Research Institute. Very unusual constellation of mutations with more than 30 mutations spike proteins alone. Dr. D. Oliveira said, this is bad. This is really bad, guys. So, Britain's taken the first step to sanity because they dealt with the Delta head on, because they kept the borders open from India, Pakistan when Delta broke out. And that's why it spread throughout the world so fast. Britain saying, no, we're gonna this tomorrow at noon, we're shutting it off. Wuhan, we did the same thing. They broke out. 2,000 people traveled out of there to get out of there before they shut it down. They spread the virus across the world. Look where we're at now. Look where we are at. This should have been stopped. They should have been stopped at the beginning. Where are the crack teams of virologists? Where is the military? Where is the World Health Organization, UN, military lockdowns that we need to see? This isn't about rights or constitutions. This is about stopping a variant that's going to come in like a flood. If this thing does do that, we are in trouble. We just went through the Delta. Look at us now. Look what's happened. Okay? Anyway, emergency broadcast. Thanksgiving Day. Breaking news. 9 hours ago, 11 minutes ago, 16 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 9 hours ago. Heavily mutated. Nature.com. Put scientists on alert. 4 hours ago, new coronavirus variant South Africa raises concerns. NPR. What we know about the new variant 4 hours ago. The Guardian. Britain alarmed by new COVID variant 2 hours ago. South Africa detects new virus variant. CBC News. CBS. Yeah. This is, like to see what date. Here's Reuters. South Africa detects new COVID-19 variant. Implications not yet clear. They're waiting for that. What is this going to be? Is this just a flu, bro? Is this just a flu? It's just a flu, bro. We don't know at this point. We don't know. But I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting really tired of the ineptitude, the inability for the global community to say, stop it and stop it now. Stop the spread. Stop the spread. That's what counts. It's not about handling it once it's there. It's about stopping the spread. All I can tell you is, I had the first videos on the Delta variant. I had some viewers. Now you guys got to hear about the Delta variant coming in from India. Look where we're at now. This is the same thing I'm raising, the same alarm, saying the world is saying it should be breaking news across every media outlet. Biden should be blocking all travel from South Africa, all travel from Australia, because they won't block South Africa. We need to be blocking all travel right now from Africa. You can go there all you want, but don't come back till this is settled, till we know where we're going to be. Fears over worst ever COVID variant as UK bans flights. That is from France 24. I don't know, guys. That's on YouTube. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I'll have another update here just shortly. Gotta kind of get my news stuff going, and I'll try to get another video going. Thanks for watching.